trademark. Ms. Samiksha Pandey completed her graduation BA LLB honors specialization in IPR from Amity Noida. She went on to practice in Indore High Court. She did her master's from Hidayatullah National Law University, Raipur. She pursued certified courses in post from IALM Delhi, courses from Harvard edX on justice and children's right. Presently, she is practicing in Delhi High Court and Honorable Supreme Court, mainly civil matters. She practiced in the specialized field of family counseling and mediation. She is a council member at Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Today, she is with us to grace this event. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful introduction. I am glad to be here today and discussing with students the basic nuance of trademark. Because if we see from the last year, we see that alternate dispute resolution, trademark, business laws are like very much in the course of development, and it's a very good session and series that you are starting for students so that they are aware about the new development in the legal field and they are able to decide that what they will be doing in future ahead. So let's not waste a lot of time and learn the basic core of what a trademark is so that it will be easy for you to know about the subject. So basically, if you see the Trademark Act 1990, so you have seen that this is a world where we are living in an advertising world, advertisements, symbols, certain kind of music, smell. You can see that, okay, when you see that or when you hear a music or when you smell a fragrance, you can instantly say or come to know that what it is about or what that particular thing relates to. For example, whenever you see a crocodile, you know that it is Lacoste or it is a symbol of Lacoste. Then you have an M for McDonald's. So these are signs. We are living in a world where advertising, where presentation, a way of presentation has become very important. As it is said that out of sight is out of mind. So nobody wants to be out of sight and they want to be uh, in the business and doing well. So a trademark is a distinctive sign or indicator of some kind which is used by an individual or a business organization or other legal entity. You have seen there are so many legal firms coming up. Like if we just talk about the last year, more than 500 legal firms must have come up till now, if you see. So every legal firm has a different symbol which represent their firm. Every company has a different uh, symbol representing them. And not to forget that recently we saw how Amazon had to face certain kind of backlash and Mintra has to face certain kind of backlash for their symbols. So I think symbols and the representation in today's world where everything is so in on your face and it is so visible to you, that it becomes very important to know the right aspect of trademark, that how it works and to what extent we should be entertaining considering it. So let's go ahead. So basically, it is to uniquely identify the source of its products or the services to consumers and to distinguish its products or services from those of other entities. So a trademark is a device which can take almost any form as long as it is capable of identifying and distinguishing specific goods or services. तो बेसिकली आप छोटे छोटे कंपनियों से लेके बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियों तक देखें तो उनके अलग अलग सिंबल होते हैं, उनके अलग अलग बैनर्स होते हैं जो उनको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं in the form of advertisement, in the form of certain music, like Titan have a specified music for them. So that is also a trademark. So trademark can be in any form. Either it can be a logo, it can be a specified ट्यून और म्यूजिक आइडेंटिफाइड. फिर आप एमडीएच में देखेंगे तो शायद कुछ स्मेल होगी, एमडीएच मसाले जो हैं तो उस टाइप से आप अलग अलग देखेंगे, फेबर कासल की पेंसिल देखेंगे तो हर चीज में आप देखेंगे कि एक अलग सिंबल है, डिस्टिंक्ट, जो उसको एक रिप्रेजेंटेशन देता है सोशल प्लेटफॉर्म पर। हम ये डिस्कस करने के बाद students can always put up questions and we can discuss if there is any doubt at the end of the session as well. So let's go ahead. So basically a trademark is typically a name. वो नाम भी हो सकता है, वर्ड, फ्रेज, लोगो, सिंबल, डिजाइन, इमेज। अब जैसे आप कैमरा की देखेंगे तो कैमरा के लोगोस में पिक्चर्स होगी किसी पर्टिकुलर जगह की, तो वो एक कोई सॉलिड पिक्चर भी हो सकती है जो उसको रिप्रेजेंट करे। साउंड और अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ दीज एलिमेंट्स। देयर इज आल्सो अ रेंज ऑफ नॉन कन्वेंशनल ट्रेडमार्क्स comprising marks which do not fall into these standard categories, and they may therefore be visible signs. Example, colors, shapes, moving images, holograms. If you see RD Sharma math science book and different reference books, you will see there are holograms which can be scanned from that book. And positions or non-visible sign. Example, sounds, scents, tastes, textures. Like for example, if you see soup have different brands, so you can easily distinguish that which soup is of which brand. So the taste, texture, and everything's become a trademark in that case. Let's see illustrations. So I have four basic illustrations for you. That is Reebok, McDonald's, Facebook, Lacoste. I hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Okay. So,
Audible.
yeah. So let's go ahead and see what is Indian trademark law all about. So since we are discussing it in a basic format, and so we will be looking at an overall view that how it works and what is the process of registration. Because for detailing, it will take time. So basically, Indian trademark law provides protection to trademarks statutorily under the Trademark Act 1999 and also under the common law remedy of passing off. Passing off is a common law tort which can be used to enforce unregistered trademark rights. The tort of passing off protects the goodwill of a trader from a misrepresentation that causes damage to goodwill. Statutory protection of trademark is administered by the Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks, a government agency which reports to the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, that is DIPP, under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Let's come to the trademark registration in India. I have brought this flow chart for you. It is very easily understandable from this flow chart. Let's just discuss this because many people are still unaware that how and what are the basic steps of registering a trademark. So even if you feel that it is a very easy process, but it will take more than an year to get your trademark registered after you have followed all the process and the procedure specified in this flow chart. So basically, firstly, you will identify the suitable classes of your mark. So the trademark is divided into different classes according to, as I've said, that it can be a logo, it can be a hologram, it can be a smell, taste, texture. So keeping these criteria in mind, every trademark cannot be registered in just one class. You have to see that it is what is the type of that trademark and to which class it belongs. For example, if you are talking about fragrances, so fragrances cannot get registered in a class of hologram or in a class of symbols or words. So every type of trademark has a different class. So first you have to see and identify the suitable classes of the mark and make a trademark search. For example, I am opening a legal firm today. Okay. So I decided that my trademark would be SP, okay, which stands for Samiksha Pandey. So I got it in 3D with a circle around it, and now I want to register it. So how to go about it? With this example, we will understand that how it has to go about. So I have come up with SP in a 3D format with a circle around it. So now it is a logo. Okay. It is not a smell. It is not a picture. It is not just an alphabet. It is not a texture. So it is a logo for my company. So I will identify it. Now I will go in the logo format. Okay. Now when you see in trademark, there are different number of forms, and every form has a specific identification number, जिसके थ्रू आप उसको पहचानते हैं. तो जो सबसे पहला फॉर्म हम फिल करते हैं इसमें, अप्लाई इन फॉर्म TM1 फॉर सिंगल क्लास. ठीक है. अब जैसे मेरा सिर्फ लोगो है, उसमें ना कोई कलर है जिसपे मुझे ट्रेडमार्क चाहिए, उसमें ना कोई साउंड है जिसपे मुझे ट्रेडमार्क चाहिए, तो मैं सिर्फ एक ट्रेडमार्क के लिए फॉर्म फिल करूंगी. दैट इट विल बी अ सिंगल क्लास. ओके. सो इट विल गो इन TM1. लेकिन कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि वो लोगो भी होता है, उसमें साउंड भी होता है, उसमें एक टाइप का इफेक्ट भी होता है जो आप 3D इफेक्ट डालते हैं कि वो इस सर्कुलर वे में आएगा या वो इस टाइप के कलर कॉम्बिनेशन में आएगा. देन यू हैव टू गेट इट रजिस्टर्ड इन डिफरेंट क्लास. वो सिर्फ एक क्लास में रजिस्टर नहीं होगा. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि आप TM51 वाला फॉर्म भरते हैं for multiple class with fees. Okay. But on the contrary, if we take just my example, it is just one a simple logo with a circle. So I just want a single trademark, right? So I will go in TM1 form. और अगर आपका लोगो थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स है, उसमें साउंड भी है, टेक्सचर भी है, कलर कॉम्बिनेशन भी है, देन यू विल गो फॉर TM51. ठीक है. So the third step is preliminary examination to check if all the filling requirements have been met. So if you see that what are the requirements of trademark, you will see that there are various uh, features which have been defined, which gets you trademark right. So let's discuss them and see that what are requirements for trademark registration. What has to be the type of trademark? Firstly, it has to be distinct. Okay, it does not has to be resembling someone or someone's trademark. So you have to be very uh, particular about what kind of sign you are taking. For example, there are sites where you get trademark registration done. For example, you get domain and all from GoDaddy easily. So when you will go on those sites, you will see that they put it strict. They put some strict boundaries. After fulfilling those boundaries and steps only, you will get registration done. So you have to keep in mind that your sign is distinct. It is not resembling anyone. It is not deceptively similar, and various other processes. So it will depend on that particular point and what your sign is all about. I hope I'm getting clear.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. So if you see that what are the exact functions, the mark should be capable of being represented graphically, that is in paper form. So as I said, that SP with a circle can be easily drawn on paper also and in the 3D format as well. So the mark is representable, then the mark should be capable of distinguishing the goods. Now I am coming up with a legal form. Okay, so I am saying SP uh, and others associate law firm, for example. So it is capable to distinguish that what I do, I give legal advisory or I do give legal services. Okay, then the mark should be used or proposed to be used in relation to goods or services for the purpose of indicating or so as to indicate a connection in the course of trade. between the goods or services. So I am not giving goods, okay, I am giving services. So it will help me to project that okay, my services are legal services. I will be doing drafting, I will be giving legal advisory, I will be training legal law students that how this field works. So these are, so SP law firm will represent my services, okay. Let's go ahead and see. Then after the third step, that is examination and checking that okay, my symbol is worth it. Now I will go into publication in journal, max 6 months from acceptance. So first I will, before publication, I will go for examination, that I will be giving it to the controller general of intellectual property rights, about telling him about my sign, sending them a proposal that okay, I am coming up with a law firm and this is my symbol. Then it will be going for examination report, which will take around 3 months to 1 year of examination, okay. Minimum is 3 months, maximum is 1 year. So if it gets accepted, okay, then I will be publishing it in a journal, maximum 6 months from acceptance, okay. And if it does not get accepted, then there will be a show cause hearing, that I will be called for hearing, and we will be discussing that okay, what is the problem with my trademark that I didn't got an approval for the same. So if it is similar to some other marks, so they will suggest me कि ये already किसी और का है, या ये already किसी के साथ ये पहले register हो चुका है, तो आप अपने सिंबल में इस टाइप का चेंज लाइए या कुछ करिए. So I will be working on that, okay. So, and but if it got accepted and publication is made, so आप ये चीज देखिएगा कि पब्लिकेशन तब आप कर सकते हैं जब आपको एक स्टेज पे एक्सेप्टेंस मिल चुकी हो कि okay, your trademark is fit to get registered. So after publication also there is a step where opposition comes कि न्यूज़पेपर में आपने पब्लिश कराया है, या किसी नेशनल लेवल और स्टेट लेवल की दो टाइप की न्यूज़पेपर में आपको पब्लिश कराना होता है, तो वहां से भी आपको ऑपोजिशन आ सकते हैं कि नहीं, ये हमारे टाइप का सिंबल है, ये वो है. तो उस हिसाब से भी आपको उन चीजों को नजर में रखना पड़ेगा. देन इफ देर इज अ शो कॉज हियरिंग, देन उसका फिर से शो कॉज हियरिंग के बाद भी एक्सेप्टेंस होगा जब मैं अपने सिंबल में चेंजेस कर लूंगी, और फिर हम उसके एप्लीकेशन स्टेटस में जाएंगे. देन नोटिस ऑफ ऑपोजिशन कैन बी डन विद इन 3+1, दैट इज 4 months, okay. Then I will be clearing the opposition, and then registration will be granted for 10 years. So after notice of opposition, a counter statement by applicant within 2+1 months. For example, मान लीजिए कोई opposition आता है कि अब देखिए सारा सिंबल एकदम अलग तो नहीं हो सकता, किसी का कोई एंगल, कोई साइन, कुछ ना कुछ तो मैच करेगा. सो यू हैव टू सी दैट द ऑपोजिशन इज अ वैलिड ऑपोजिशन, जस्ट नॉट फॉर द सेक ऑफ इट. So you have to file a counter statement application within 3 months, and then evidence of opponent will come 3 months. So the evidentiary action will take place, and then you will be granted after all the procedure, okay. And then you can get it renewed after 10 years. So I hope that you are clear with the registration, because registration is a very important method to know about trademark. I mean, you can easily get what a trademark is, but the registration process, very few people are aware about it still, that what is step-by-step registration. And I have tried to explain it here through this flow chart. I hope it will help you. So when can a person be considered as infringing a trademark? Okay, we have discussed that how you get a registration. We have discussed what is a trademark. Now see how infringement is done. अगर कोई आपका साइन मतलब यूज कर रहा है या उसी टाइप का साइन बना रहा है, तो वो कैसे होता है? So a registered trademark is said to be infringed in case of the following situation. Number one, if the mark in dispute is identical with or deceptively similar to the registered trademark and is in relation to the same or similar goods or services. For example, मान लीजिए लकोस्टा का ग्रीन क्रोकोडाइल है, ठीक है, और मैंने अपनी कंपनी का ब्लू क्रोकोडाइल बना लिया, बट सिंबल तो सेम है ना, कोई भी ये भी सोच सकता है ना, मेरा साइन भी देख, मेरा ब्लू क्रोकोडाइल है तो क्या हुआ, उनको ये भी तो लग सकता है कि लकोस्टा ही नए सिंबल के साथ आया है। वो ये चीज तो डिफाइन नहीं कर रहा है कि मेरी कंपनी अलग है और मेरी कंपनी लकोस्टा नहीं है। तो वो साइन क्या हो गया, वो साइन डिसेप्टिवली सिमिलर हो गया, क्योंकि मैंने कुछ चेंज नहीं किया, मैंने बस कलर चेंज किया। लेकिन कंपनी तो सेम हो सकती है। अब आप टाटा ही देखिए, टाटा स्टील बनाती है, उसका अलग साइन है। टाटा कार्स बनाती है, उसका अलग सिंबल है। टाटा टायर्स बनाती है, उसका अलग सिंबल है। तो एक कंपनी के 50 सिंबल भी हो सकते हैं, जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको सिर्फ एक ही पे ट्रेडमार्क मिले। तो मेरा साइन तो फिर लकोस्टा से डिसेप्टिवली सिमिलर हो गया इस केस में। सेकेंड पॉइंट है, इफ द आइडेंटिकल और सिमिलर मार्क कैन कॉज कंफ्यूजन इन द माइंड्स ऑफ जनरल पब्लिक। ऑब्वियसली उनका ग्रीन क्रोकोडाइल है, मैं ब्लू के साथ आ रही हूँ, तो वो कंफ्यूजन तो क्रिएट करेगा ही। If the registered trademark is used as a part of trade name or business concern for goods and services in respect of which the trademark is registered. So trademark is used as a part of, for example, मैं भी clothes ही बेच रही हूँ और मैं ब्लू क्रोकोडाइल वाला सिंबल हर जगह यूज करी, तो मैं अब सेम बिजनेस में भी हूँ, तो वो कंपटीशन भी क्रिएट करेगा। तो आधे लोग, ऐसी भी पॉसिबिलिटी कि आधे लोग सोचे कि मैं भी लकोस्टा का ही एक पार्ट हूँ और मेरे आके कपड़े लेने लगे, तो फिर मैं उनके आधी क्राउड को भी अट्रैक्ट कर रही हूँ। If the trademark is advertised and as a result it takes unfair advantage or is contrary to the honest practices, my sign is contrary to the honest practice because it is creating confusion and giving me a privilege over Lacosta. And if the registered trademark is used in the material meant for packaging or labeling of other goods, then I might also start sometime कि मैं भी same time की पैकेजिंग भी यूज करने लगी जैसे लकोस्टा करते हैं. So these all things will create confusion and hence they will be called as an infringement of trademark. Let's see what are the legal actions and remedies against these things. So the first remedy is injunction, that is stay against the use of trademark. So मेरे usage of trademark के against एक injunction pass हो सकता है कि मैं ये symbol use नहीं कर सकती जब तक ये conflict खत्म ना हो जाए. Appropriate damages. Now I will have to pay some appropriate damages if I am attracting Lacosta's client as well, because they will be facing uh, losses, they will be losing on to customers, they will be losing on to business. So somewhere I will be liable for it, so I will have to pay appropriate damages. Then handing over of accounts and profits, जो profits मेरा उनकी जैसा symbol use करने की वजह से हुए वो भी. Appointment of a local commissioner by the respective court for custody or sealing of infringing material and accounts. The court can even go up to the extent of granting injunctions and direction that the custom authorities to withhold the infringing material. An application under Order 39, Rule 1 and 2 of CPC for grant of temporary or ad interim ex parte injunction. So ex parte injunction भी pass हो सकता है. So we have discussed trademark in summary. Now let's discuss another short PPT, which is very important according to me to discuss today. That is how we can solve trademarks. Like when the problem occurs, what are the different ways out? We have seen there is injunction, there are civil matters. Just a minute. Um, just a minute. So we can also go for mediation in trademarks. Okay. If you see, we can go for mediation in trademark as well. And why I will suggest mediation first, because as we have already seen that there is a lot of backlog of cases and there is a lot of, already the courts are burdened with cases, and we want the businesses, for in present scenario after pandemic, we want local businesses to flourish as well, to flourish, to grow. So if a big company and a giant company will keep suing small companies for these kind of things, then I think small businesses won't be able to flourish. So I think we need to discuss this part as well, that why it is important for us that we take trademark cases to mediation first. Just give me a second. I am trying to share one more PPT and then we will discuss. Just a minute. I'll share one more PPT and okay. Is my PPT visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's discuss why mediation as a solution is important in trademark. So basically, mediation refers to a form of alternative dispute resolution in which the parties to a lawsuit meet with a neutral third party. Now, why I am proposing that mediation should be the first step for trademark cases, because obviously big companies will be benefiting with their trademarks, with their trademark rights and everything. They will be having a registered trademarks, but just for a trademark, we cannot let small companies suffer, because we want them to flourish as well. And especially after pre-pandemic situation, we want every business to flourish and the economy to do well. So mediation will be a very good form of solution when it comes to trademark conflicts. Mediation is a consensual and more voluntary process. So, for example, if you see there is a local businessman or a ration a shop person who is using something similar to L'Oreal trademark. Now he's a local businessman, so we have to keep in view that how much he might affect a local business. So keeping those L'Oreal's business, so keeping those things in mind, we cannot let L'Oreal sue small businessmen. So we will suggest them to go for mediation so that even a small business does not suffer a lot. So mediation is a consensual and voluntary process which determines and that involves the participants in the disputes together with their lawyers, advisors, or supporters if they have any meeting with a neutral third person. The purpose of mediation is to avoid the time and expense of further litigation by settling a lawsuit early on in the process. So we have already discussed that what is a trademark. A trademark is a distinctive sign or indicator of some kind which is used by an individual, business organization, or other legal entity. So I will be skipping the parts we have already discussed and go ahead with few cases. So mediation in trademark disputes. So the term intellectual property rights has not been defined under Indian statute. As per the World Intellectual Property Organization, that is WIPO, intellectual property refers to creation of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, design and symbols. So the role of mediation in case of trademark increasing over the years because of the importance companies place on their trademarks and the unique protection offered by trademark law. So the trademark disputes have the potential to be the most heavily litigated of IP disputes. So the companies who wish to either build a consumer base and a reputation or protect their existing consumer base and reputation look for ways to establish and secure their trademarks. The trademark owners generally have two causes of action, that is an infringement and passing off. Usually the owners go to civil court. So up civil court, you already know there are so many cases already they're lying and going for years. So this process usually takes years. So this problem was realized soon, and in the year 2002, Section 89 was inserted in Civil Procedure Code 1908, wherein the court was given the power to refer a matter to arbitration, conciliation, or mediation, where the court feels that there is a possibility of settling the matter amicably. So trademark matters are not really criminal in nature, if you see. So they can be settled amicably if the parties want to. let's see few landmark cases. So in Salem Advocate Bar Association versus Union of India, the Supreme Court gave the meaning and extent of mediation. It also led to formulation of the model civil procedure mediation rules, and such rules were to be framed by the high courts. Then the second case is Sri Vardhaman Rice and General Mills versus Amar Singh Chawla. So Supreme Court has emphasized on the need of speedy disposal of cases relating to intellectual property rights, and the hearing of the suit in such matters should proceed on a day-to-day basis, and the final judgment should be given normally within 4 months from the date of the filing of the suit. In Afghan Infra Limited versus MS Cherian Walkie Constructions, Supreme Court held that it was further held that all the cases related to trade, commerce, or contract should be referred to mediation first. So this will help these landmark cases have helped to uplift the solution for trademark cases, and parties generally go to mediation first and then go for civil suits. So with this, I end my session for today, and I am open to questions and discussions if any.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Any student have any question? Am I
I will
audible?
share. I will share the mediation PPT for sure
Okay,
with
okay.
students. I can share that.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So we are open to questions. If there are any questions or confusions, we can discuss them right now.
Sure, ma'am.
Hi, this is Sanjeev. I have one question.
Yes.
I intellectual property in research and development is one of the key aspect. I think
Yeah.
a lot of companies would like to invest only when there is a good security about whatever development result they get, and what is the security about securing their intellectual property. So
Yes.
ma'am, if you can elaborate a bit on this point, how one goes about to doing securing intellectual property on R&D when the development is still not concluded, when the product is still not out.
See there, that kind of R&D which you are talking about, that is secured in the field of copyright and patents. That is mostly not for trademarks. Okay, trademarks are basically working on symbols, and the research, development, or the scientific experiments that we are doing, that become a part of copyright and patents according to their intellectual level. So obviously R&D is a field where a lot of investment is being made, because for example, we are working on like corona vaccine. So every step and every experiment is being looked into, and they are trying, and if with God's grace, if we are able to produce vaccine on time, then we will be getting a patent on that, and accordingly, so it is a very vast discussion when we talk about ADR, like IPR, and there are different kind of IPR. So which you are talking about is about copyright or patents. So we will see whatever intellectual property is that, and accordingly it will get its registration done.
Okay, thanks. So basically, ma'am, because particularly with medicine and vaccines, it could be
Yes.
at many levels. It could be with the formulation. It could be, it is quite
Yes.
vast,
So
and
yeah,
also
they will.
so,
Yeah, yeah, tell me.
yeah, and also company making so much of investment, they have to be very clear that how they secure their interest before making those investments. So therefore, I
Yes.
just wanted to know that normally securing these particular rights in this field will depend upon the sector itself.
Yes, yes. See, for example, if you are writing or you are making a movie or a script, then that will get its protection in copyright. The vaccines, the medicines, and the scientific work, the scientific experiment will get registered in patent laws. And today we have discussed trademark, which is more of commercial in nature and not experimental in nature.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Any more questions? Am I audible? Any more questions, students? If any question about basic conceptual discussion on trademark, then you can ask to ma'am.
You can even,
Good morning.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, good morning, ma'am. This is Sandhya Goel. And I have a question, as you suggest that the mediation is another between the two parties that can be solved about the trademark confusions. Now, when we talked about the geographical trademarks also, like Masoor Sari or the state-wise trademarks are there. So,
Yeah.
how would the mediation process help in such cases?
Yeah, so basically, you are talking about geographical indication which we are having. For example, Chanderi belongs to MP and these kind of, and we are already having so many conflicts going on that Rasgulla belong to some place or so. So basically, these kind of ongoing are, see, India has a vast culture system, and when we talk about geographical indications solution, then mediation is not a very good method. See, I talk about trademark when everything is clear, and when we talk about geographical indications, then the picture completely change. As you have already said in your question, that it is a confusing situation for decide to which geographical or environment it belongs to. So basically, when these kind of question arises, then we will see the product, that where it is coming from, what is the environment in which it survives or made, under what conditions it made, which skillful labor it is requiring, and from the labors which are coming from which area. So these are the particular things that will be taken into consideration. I give you an example. For example, if tomorrow MP start fighting, state of Madhya Pradesh say that they are growing this kind of tea. Now we have to see that tea is grown on hilly areas. It needs a upper part, so it cannot grow on plains. So obviously it is tough to grow tea here. So those kind of geographical situations will be taken into consideration for deciding that. That obviously it will either come from Kerala side or from a bit hilly regions, Darjeeling side, and it is tough to grow on plains.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your valuable input.
Yeah.
Next question. Any more question from the side of students? Then you can ask. No questions? Okay, so with this we conclude this session. On behalf of IMT College of Law, I thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful, knowledgeable session. Thanks to all the participants for being such a patient listener. All of us has learned a lot today, and it has been a very interactive session. Thank you all to make this event, make this session very successful. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you all the students for joining this great webinar.
Thank you, ma'am, very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day, ma'am.